Local station. This is the News4JAX Tealgate, live from Miller Electric Avenue.
Hey, welcome here to game day. As we get ready to count down to kickoff, we are going to have a lot of excitement. Jaguars getting ready to play the Colts today. We're going to start doing these every home game. Our tailgates, all the tailgate vibes, while all you get ready for game day.
Listen, we have already got fans coming in. I mean, we are going to amp up the tailgate vibes. Like Jamal said, we're going to be here for the next 2 hours, bringing you a high-impact game. I know we've had a little bit of rain. It's kind of been like the Jaguars season. It's been a little damp, all right? We've gotten off to kind of a wet start, but I think the sun's going to shine on everything today. What do you think, Jamal?
I can't tell if these are just the tears of fans from the start of the year or if it's actually rain, because this is the second home game that we've planned on doing something like this. The second time that rain has been involved, and it's been one of those kind of starts of the season where you're out and about and everybody's just like, I just want to win.
I know.
Just want to win.
Yeah,
and maybe today.
I think you're right. I think we are going to have that win today. I think it's going to be a successful day for the Jags. I mean, we're going up against the Colts. Frankly, they're down for the count, so they're down on a knee. I think we have a chance to capitalize. I think today is full of nostalgia. I mean, obviously, I had to swag out.
You got it going.
Can I point out, Jamal actually picked this out. Jamal picked this out, part of the Jaguars Foundation Drive last season. Jamal handpicked this out, so thank you for dressing me today.
There you go. This is probably the one and only time that I'll be able to get credit for that, but she actually is styling something similar to what the Jaguars players are wearing, because today, throwback day, so the Jaguars are going to have the old school Prowler logo. Jana's modeling it, and the Jaguars are going to have that out on the field. So all those lifelong fans, they're getting something that they've been waiting on, the old school logo out on the field. And for those that are like the true diehards, they'll know those black end zones from back in the day. Those are back on the field today.
So again, sharing a lot of that nostalgia. We're going to be looking back at like the Coughlin. We have so many big names that are going to be coming up today. You got to spend a lot of time with these greats this week, and I know we've got a lot of that coming up in the show. But what are some of the things that you're really excited? Just seeing the fans come in, seeing some of that throwback come in, and also we're going to step into that W. So what do you see going into this week?
Look, this is a big game for the Jaguars. They got to find a way to get the W. But overall, you're just excited for fans to be able to be back at the bank. This is just the second time. And normally the bank is good vibes. You know, teams like to play at home. Home games are normally good news. The Jaguars have had a whole lot of luck against the Colts. Colts haven't won here since 2014. So it's been a long time. So maybe this is a good one for the Jaguars to snap that streak. We're going to have a lot of fun. We got cup pong set up out here. We got a little bit of cornhole going. Fans are going to be walking by. We'll try and bring some folks in to come hang out with us. We got Justin and Alessandra wandering around. They'll check in on some tailgates as we really try and get all the game day vibes that we can, and maybe a little good mojo.
Exactly. Get the good vibes going. Get the juices flowing. Like you said, we have people everywhere. We want you to stop by. So we are here right in front of the pro shop. It's open. If you see me missing, I'm probably shopping. Jamal knows me. He knows it's a liability when he puts me on camera this
She'll
far near
swipe it till the cards rub off.
It's good for the economy. It's good for my Jags. Listen. You know what? I mean, we've got a lot of things to celebrate today. Like you said, fans are coming in. We've got a great balloon set up over here. I'm not going to lie, it's not ours, but we're going to steal that for a photo op. We want a selfie tag. Make sure you're tagging us on Snapchat so that we can see where you are, what you're wearing, and how much fun you're having.
We have got plenty more coverage coming your way right here on Channel 4. We're going to be here on News4JAX.com and in that Plus app for the next hour. Then at 11 o'clock, we're going to take it over on Channel 4. We'll be counting down to kickoff the whole way. Hopefully, you'll enjoy all the thing. If you're coming out to the game, come see us over here, Miller Electric Avenue, right by the Jaguars Team Pro Shop. Maybe play some games. We got some Jaguars trivia. It'll be fun.
Jamal and I have a score to settle. We have a score to settle from last week. We're off to a great start.
That might be a good omen for me. We'll see how it goes. But we'll take this quick break, and we'll be right back with more right after this. Here into our Tealgate show. We got some fans coming by. We're going to come on in. What's going on? Yeah, this is live right now. What's your name?
Gabrielis.
What's yours?
Dyer Pineda.
What's yours?
Daniel.
Okay. Jags fans, right?
Yeah. Jags fans. I was like, Gabrielis and I have actually met before, so we were taking a selfie, but had to be back on.
Selfie, TV, all works. How are you feeling about the game today?
Feeling confident. Feel pretty good. Feel confident. Hopefully Jags win.
Yes.
I like the way he feels.
Feeling confident. I need to see Trevor just ball out, give the ball to, beat TJ, and hopefully he can cook.
Yeah.
I think it's just that simple, right?
Gabrielis, what are you thinking?
Hopefully they win.
Exactly. Hopefully they win. Clean, simple, perfect.
Simple, concise. That's all you need.
Get it done.
Rain didn't scare you off. Love that. Got to support the team. Are you excited for the bank? Are you think it's going to be a good crowd today?
I think people are really pretty confident, especially from last game. They were pretty up there, so hopefully this game they're going to win it. You know, everybody in Jacksonville, hopefully they're pretty confident, you know what I'm saying?
Fingers crossed.
I know, fingers crossed. I was like, sounds great. Sounds like you know what you're talking about. I mean, if we need a break later, we can go grab him, right?
100%. Hey, just pull them all right on in. Look, so one of the big things today is they're going to be retiring Tom Coughlin, adding him into the pride of the Jaguars. This is going to be a really cool moment for Jaguars history as they kind of add another coach. First coach, he's the first coach in team history, kind of helped the team get off to a fast start. First player that he drafted, Tony Baselli. First draft pick in team history. Tony said he really hopes that Tom Coughlin doesn't stop at getting into the pride of the Jaguars, also gets into the Pro Football Hall of Fame one day. So how rewarding is it to see him being inducted into the pride of the Jaguars now?
I think it's great. I mean, I think Tom's one of the best coaches to ever walk the sideline in the NFL. Yeah. So not only do I think he's right where he belongs in the pride of the Jaguars, I think he deserves to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I don't think there's not many guys who coach that are better than him. What he did at this franchise, 2 AFC title games, building it from the ground up, going to the New York Giants, winning 2 Super Bowls. I mean, the guy flat knows how to coach, and I'm so happy that he's in the pride of the Jaguars because, I mean, you can't tell the story of the Jacksonville Jaguars without Tom Coughlin.
Right.
Like, he was the architect from the beginning that really was responsible for almost everything that happened here. Obviously, Wayne and Doris Weaver, great owners and a huge part of it, but they hired Tom, and they gave all control to Tom. And Tom ran this place from front to back. A to Z. It was Tom Coughlin. And so him being in the pride of the Jaguars, I'm ecstatic. It's where he belongs. And I'm hoping, hopefully in the near future, one day he'll be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame too.
Definitely should be. All right, you definitely have lived some of the struggles of starting a franchise. We just talked to Coach. He was talking about, those first workouts over at Bishop Kenny High School and having to go to Wisconsin to try and escape the heat only to find out.
It was worse. It was hotter. I always look back, I'm like, we went to Wisconsin, Stevens Point, Wisconsin, which is like, I'm away from my new wife. We're in these dorms, sleeping on uncomfortable beds, no air conditioning in the locker room because it'd be cooler. It was hotter in Stevens Point, Wisconsin than it was in Jacksonville that summer. I mean, my favorite was they'd be giving heat warnings to like elderly people. Make sure you stay inside. Animals, don't let your animals outside. And here we are on the field 2 days, beating the hell out of each other with Tom yelling at us. I'm like, can we get some medical advice here? Like, where's
He's not taking it any easier on you either.
No, I mean, it's such a different. I mean.
Coach Coughlin was definitely a tough coach, but it's tough love, right?
Right. I mean, and I think love is something that you really do see throughout the entire Jaguars culture, like their love for the community. I think that started many years ago, and players now have continued that and have even made it the forefront. Like we even referenced, the Jaguars Foundation auctioning off these jerseys, things like that. Small places in the community where you constantly see them giving back.
It is definitely one kind of big family. Families fight, families argue, and families disappoint. The Jaguars have disappointed some fans, but the fans are still here. We got Justin Barney and Alessandra hanging out at different spots around the stadium trying to check in with some fans that are out and excited. I hear Alessandra somewhere set up right now. Alessandra, what are you seeing? What's out there?
Hey, listen, it's raining and the Jaguars are 0-4 right now, so morale's not very high over here. We're just outside of Gate 1 at the stadium. But we do have a few people set up. But Come here, Justin, Leroy, come over here. Joanne and Jeff, I just met them. They're actually setting up right now for your tailgate. Okay, tell me about. Oh wow, we got a whole spread over here, Joanne. We do. Jeff got us all out. What are we cooking today? Jeff, come here.
We've got it already. We've already prepared everything. So we're doing some prime rib sandwiches. What else do we do? With some Mexican street corn salad.
Ham and cheese sliders.
Cheese sliders on pretzel buns.
Charcuterie board. Oh, charcuterie board. So wow, you guys are really feasting today, and you got the nice silverware.
Yeah, we're ready.
We're rocking and rolling.
How many years have you guys been tailgating? Oh, there you go, go Jags. How long have you guys been tailgating here for?
Well, we were season ticket holders back from the beginning since '95, so we had to stop for a little while after 2018, and then we picked them back up this year. So we're getting back in the groove again.
Well, speaking of 30 years ago, Tom Coughlin being inducted into the Pride of the Jaguars, how special is this, you think, for Jaguars fans like you guys who were day ones?
I think it's great.
It's outstanding. Tom Coughlin, can't compare. He started it all for us back in the day, and he led us to some promising games in seasons.
Now, I know you guys are going to be winning in the tailgating, but do you think the Jaguars are going to get their first win of the game or season?
Hey, we come, win or lose, we come to have a good time, enjoy the festivities, and the camaraderie.
Expectations. But they're going to win today.
There you go, for Tom Coughlin, right?
They're going to win today, yeah.
Okay.
Win today, and then the next 2 games in London, they're going to win.
Perfect. Well, we gotta love to hear that, Joanne, Jeff. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be very jealous of this tailgating setup. I know. We'll stop by later. It's a 2-hour show. There we go, Jamal, Jana. I'll be feasting over here while you guys are over there.
A huge surprise shopping spree for Sophia, Ben, and Drew, who were shocked to see Jacksonville Jaguars linebacker Trayvon Walker joining them.
He would like to say hello to you guys.
Oh my goodness!
Nice to meet you all.
The kids and their mom Anita were even wider-eyed to receive $500 each from the Jaguars Foundation to shop at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
What we have here for you guys is $2,000 to spend today. I can buy you a couple polos, right?
They are the surviving family of Navy construction engineer 3rd Class Michael Sullivan, who died in 2019 of suicide after struggling with physical illness and his mental health. His daughter Sophia remembers so much about him.
Dad, he was very funny, and when I was little and he was still here, we would love to wrestle together, and we would love to go to the park. And we had so much fun, and I remember when he surprised us with bow. And now every time I wear my cheer bows and any type of bow, it always reminds me of that moment that he surprised us.
With our dog, Bo.
Walker, the Jags' #1 draft pick in 2022, wanted to be with the Sullivans for this special gift, having grown up in a military family himself.
My dad, he was definitely a Marine, and that's why I like to play a part in just giving back to people within the service.
A gift that Anita Sullivan says came at just the right time.
They heard about a situation that we had with my oldest son, Drew, who had a really horrible accident just over a month ago, and knew that we were going through a really difficult time with our family. But over the past 5 years, there are still losses that we face every day in his absence of our family. There are still losses that the kids have constantly, and the things that he is not here for. And sometimes that feels like when the rest of the world moves on. It's really nice when there are organizations or there are people who remember us and remember him.
That looks great.
Such a great story there from Trayvon Walker, able to do good things in the community. It's something positively Jags. We can only say positively Jags.
Exactly. Like you said, positively Jags. We literally just saw a fan walk by with a heart poster that she created. It said, "I love the Jags and the Jags love us." And that's really so true. And you saw that with Trayvon. It's
like we were just talking about. It's like one big family. The Jaguars are part of the Jacksonville community, the Jacksonville family. Now, they may have let a lot of people down the first couple of games, but there's still time. You know, you don't give up on family, right?
Listen, you said it. You don't give up on family. And like you said earlier, family, like through the wins, through the losses, through the squabbles, through the Thanksgivings, we all stick together. And at the end, we all come out winners if we just have that positive mindset.
You definitely have to keep that positive mindset. We're going to try and keep the positive energy going. Fingers crossed the rain continues to just be light out here. So far, so good, but it does look a little gray in the background. We'll be here live right after this quick break. We'll be back. We'll talk a little bit more as we continue to count down to kickoff here on the News4JAX Tealgate. Here on News4JAX.com and News4JAX Plus. A lot of fun here. Fans are starting to kind of move their way in. The rain's maybe slowing people down just a little bit, more than we hoped.
Just a little bit. But like we said earlier, it is not going to put a damper on our day. A lot of fans were coming early because do you know what you can get on home games?
What's that?
Okay, you can get the Duvall Designs poster. Now, these are exclusively designed for each and every home game, and the Duvall Designs initiative was actually launched last year. You remember we launched it on our Tealgate show, and it was great because local artists got to put their own thumbprint on one-of-a-kind game day posters. So they would sell out every single game, and obviously today is special. It's obviously Trevor's birthday, so a local comic book artist was actually the one that got picked for today's game.
Game day means a new chance for Jags fans to snag another exclusive Duvall Designs poster. And today we have artist Tim Stacy and junior Jags designer McKenna Willis here to share more about the experience. So thank you guys for hanging out with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So just really quick, McKenna, break down Duvall Design, this whole experience.
Okay, so Duvall Designs is about just artists in Jacksonville or Duvall in general, and their series, just how they can show their love of the Jags through their art.
So Tim, you're an artist, obviously. How would you describe your style?
My style is comic book and comic inspired. That style is something I've been working in for about the last 10, 15 years in a semi-professional way. Ever since I was a little kid, growing up, drawing from comics, and then combining that style with my love for sports.
How did you translate or mix that for this particular poster?
Well, for this poster, we wanted to highlight, obviously, the throwback jerseys this year, but we wanted to show something that just inspired passion, inspired excitement, and just showed a powerful pose in, highlighting Trevor's leadership was really the inspiration behind the piece. And so meshing those two styles is something I've been working in for the last couple of years, and it's something that the design team felt really lent itself to this throwback promotion.
So it was I like the flowing locks myself. I remember I had hair back in the day. So what was the appeal for the group to pick his work?
We just felt that his style just went hand in hand with what we were hoping to achieve this year. We saw the throwback opportunity, we saw the comic book style, and we just felt that there was a natural connection there.
See, this is going to appeal to kids, but just comic book junkies, because it does have action, and you see all that passion, and then the definition and the muscles, okay, Isaac, can I get one of those myself?
Sure, we'll do one for you.
How do you hope this experience kind of expands your brand or as you move forward with your art?
I've been displaying my art in several different places throughout Jacksonville for about the last 7 years since my work relocated us here. And so I'm hoping that this gives me more opportunity to not only connect with Jags fans, which I've done on social media as well, but just for some people to get, to get some broader exposure for my work and get some more eyes on it. It's something that I truly love to do. And I'm hoping that I can build a little bit more of a following from it.
Really quick, where can people follow you on social so they can kind of see more of your work and maybe they can put in some custom orders?
Well, sure. I appreciate that. You can find me on Facebook at Tim Stacy Creations, or you can find me on Instagram at Tim Stacy 30. That's at Tim Stacy 30. You can find me there. Reach out to me. And I mean, Christmas time's coming up, so it's a great time to do something like that.
I love it. And for you, how can people get the poster? We want this one.
They need to show up game day, flex field, be in line right away because they will go fast.
All right, so if people want to know more information about the designs, maybe are we going to be unveiling weekly, or can people already see what's coming up as we go?
We will be unveiling each poster design about Thursday or Friday before game day online, and then they'll be able to, of course, come and get the poster themselves in person.
There you go. Where do they go online?
They're going to go to our Twitter, our socials, Instagram, Facebook. But if they want to see each poster design, they can also go to jaguars.com/Duvall Designs, where we'll have all of them listed out as they're unveiled.
Awesome. Well, you guys, we're supporting our locals. Make sure you get out, support the Jags, come get your poster, and reach out to Tim. You can get some good work. Christmas is coming. Thank you guys for hanging out with us.
Thank you again. Appreciate it.
I love that. I love that. Seeing Tim obviously bring his comic book stylings to the sports medium is so great. Gotta love those flowing locks on Trevor. Looks like something you need on game day. Pictured that perfectly with his art.
Something you needed. All right, we bring it all in the Jaguars fan. We got Rayshawn here. Yeah. He's got the Tony Bracken's jersey on. So you got the theme for Throwback Day.
Yes.
Yeah, you love the throwback logo. Who doesn't? You got the hat on too.
Yeah.
He got the memo.
We got it.
There. Model the Prowler logo. I like it. I like it. What made Tony Bracken your favorite player?
just when I first started watching football, I came to Jacksonville. I started watching. Tony Braxton stood out to me. He made big plays all the time, big plays.
So you got to have some fond memories of Coach Coughlin.
I do.
Yeah, he's going in the Pride of the Jaguars today, so it's going to be a fun moment. You looking forward to halftime?
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. I actually met him, I think it was like in '96 at training camp.
Okay.
Yeah, I met him.
I'm sure he was nicer to you than maybe the team.
He was. He was.
We were talking about that tough love earlier, but I mean, would you agree that sometimes like you need that coach that's going to give you that tough love because that's the coach that's going to make sure you're leaving with a W?
Yeah, you definitely do. Those tough coaches at the time, you think it's tough, but they make you better.
Yeah. You ever had a tough coach?
I did, man. I played for Wolves, and I had a coach named Coach Signer. And, he was a tough guy.
As I was. They wanted the best for you. All right, you got the throwback jersey on, so we're going to give you a Jags trivia question. We're going to test maybe a little Jaguars knowledge to see where you're at, all right? You?
All right,
Jana.
So, Jamal, we know that the Colts haven't come away with a W in Jacksonville since 2014.
Right.
Okay. All right, so I want to know if you know, what was the top movie the last time they won? The top movie, the big box office hit. I'm not gonna lie, this was a tough one, so I figured he'd know better than me.
That's way back. It's a weird movie too. I don't think I've seen this one.
Or top song. I'll give you top movie or top song.
In 2014.
You
gotta give me a little clue.
For you. It's all about that, about that, about that, no,
Something
about the bass.
That's it. That was the
All
top song. Had to go back in the memory bank on that one a little bit. That's the last time the Colts won here.
Man.
So before we let you go,
all right.
Are the Jaguars going to extend that losing streak for the Colts, winning streak here in Jacksonville against the Colts?
Nah, man, we're going to run it down their throat like they did with MJG and Fred Taylor, man.
Now, see, I like that one. That's going back in the memory banks, a memory that folks like. That was a good day.
Yeah, oh, yeah, great
That
day.
was a great day. I mean, MJD and Fred Taylor were running through the Colts that day. I know that's a fond memory for a lot of Jags fans. Our field producer, Kyle, over here, he said that's one of his favorite Jaguars memories was that game day. We might get him on here to talk a little bit. Looks like the rain's picking up a little bit. Hopefully that's not going to scare off too many fans. We're going to keep all of our Tealgate vibes going here. Rayshawn, thanks for hanging out with us. Hey, give us a Duvall before you go.
Duvall.
All right, we'll have more of the News4JAX Tailgate coming up right after this quick break. Looks like the rain has started to come down a little bit. Luckily, we were prepared. We've got all of our equipment over underneath a little tent here, but folks at the bank getting a little wet. Looks like it's going to be an interesting day.
Yep, listen, it is definitely shaping up to be something. The great thing is that people are all lined up here. They've got a really special, beautiful balloon display. So you can get your selfies, come hang out with us under the tent. We've got some trivia for you. Got some cornhole. I mean, listen, I think our cup pong's getting a little damp over here. But we're having a great day, and it's a special day. It's a really special day. A little rain's not going to mess us up.
No, it's not going to mess it up. Tom Coughlin going to be putting on the teal jacket. This is going to be the first time that they roll out the teal jackets at halftime, which whoever thought of that needs a raise.
I know, genius. Genius. Marketing, way to go.
But he's going to put on the teal jacket. Tom Coughlin going to be inducted into the Pride of the Jaguars. It feels like this was always a no-brainer. It's almost like, hey, Coach, when do you want to go in?
Right. What works for your schedule?
What works for your schedule, we'll make it work. So they're going to have Tom Coughlin go into the Pride of the Jaguars today at halftime. A lot of people are excited for this. First coach in franchise history. Helped the Jaguars go to the playoffs 4 out of the first 5 years that they existed. So a lot of fond memories for the old ball coach. Now, Coach Coughlin knows that it is an honor to have his name hung in the middle of the stadium forever with some of the other legends in Jaguars history. But he says that it's not just his name that's going up there. There really should be about 200 other names that are hung up there with him. Can you take me back to when you first got hired here in Jacksonville? Sure. What was that moment like? What were you thinking? Expansion franchise, you know it's going to be a lot of work. What's going through your mind?
Well, I'll tell you exactly what happened. I had received a phone call probably a month or so from this group, and they wanted for me to talk about one of my players. So I thought it was, job related for him.
Yeah.
So the call comes from the Jaguars. I thought it was a car dealership looking for a recommendation for one of my players. And that's the way it started out. I picked up the phone. It was David Selden, who was the president at the time of the Jaguars. Picked up the phone, and David says, who he is, and he represents the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I said, who? What are you talking about? And he said, well, we're the expansion team. There's 2 of us, Carolina and Jacksonville. And I'm calling. And he said, I want to ask you if you would be interested in our job. And I said, how many people have you got? He said, well, we have 5 right now. And I said, I'm not interested. And he said, you're not interested? I said, no. You got 5, that's plenty. I just won a bowl game, just came back from that at Boston College. So I said, no, I'm fine. I'm not interested. Mm-hmm. So he said, well, can I call you back? I said, you can call me anytime you want, but I'm not interested if there's 5. So he calls back 2 weeks later and he goes, would you be interested if there's 2? Tell me a little bit about your job, about what's going on. So that's how it started.
Okay.
Then Wayne Weaver and Selden were going to fly up to Providence, and I was on a Friday night. It was basketball season. Mm-hmm. I lived in Walpole, Mass, which 25 minutes to Providence. So I was going to get on there and meet those guys. Yeah. So I said to my wife, to Judy, my son Brian was there, daughter Kate. I said, I'm going down to meet Mr. Weaver, Mr. Selden. They want to talk, but I said, I think it's very much just an introductory meeting. Mm-hmm. And I said, I'll be gone an hour. It won't be a big deal. So I go out the door, jump in the car. Judy turns to Brian and said, Brian, get the map out, show me where Jacksonville is. So I was gone about 3 hours.
That is fantastic. You gotta love Coach Coughlin. He knows that what he did as a coach is great, but he did it from the sideline. It's the guys, it's his wife that really helped all of it make it happen.
Yeah, listen, I think the fact that, the first person he was going to think was somebody else other than himself, and I think it's just one of the many reasons that he's going to get to put on that teal jacket today, an honor well-deserved.
It is definitely a well-deserved honor for Coach Coughlin, a legend in his own right. You heard Tony Baselli maybe a little bit earlier on, the only Jaguar in franchise history in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. When he says, no, Coach Coughlin should be there with me, that's got to mean something. Hopefully, Coach Coughlin will get that honor and be honored in the halls of Canton, Ohio, in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We'll be talking about that maybe in the next couple of years. Fingers crossed for Coach Coughlin, because it's definitely deserved.
You and I will be there. Hopefully it's not raining that day.
Maybe it won't be raining in Ohio, but it is raining here in Jacksonville. A lot of rain here at the bank. Now, the good news is that that's pushing fans closer to us, because as they look for cover, we have a tent, and we're right next to the pro shop where there's an overhang. They can go inside and shop, maybe get some old school throwback vibes Jaguar stuff that looks like something Coach Coughlin wore.
Exactly.
Always a good time.
Like you said, all the nostalgia coming through. We've got the throwback game. It's Trevor's birthday. We're honoring 2 iconic people today at the game. So there are so many reasons why, despite the rain, it's not going to rain on our parade. We're going to walk away with a win.
That's right. Well, you know what? We haven't even talked enough about Trevor's birthday. Maybe we'll do that a little bit more a little bit later on. Maybe we'll sing him happy birthday.
Yes.
We got to get some fans to help us sing along.
You got it, right. And our intern, Taylor, right? She's very excited for Trevor's birthday.
She's just nodding and giving us a thumbs up. She didn't know she was getting volunteered and drafted, but there it is. All right, we've still got more Tealgate vibes here. We got another half hour here on News4JAX Plus coming up right after this quick break. All right, welcome back here into the News4JAX Tealgate. Rain's still pouring down. Maybe use a helmet as an umbrella. We got a couple of helmets here. They're pretty wet, too.
You can have that one. I'll take this one.
Oh, great. Leave me with the Colts one.
Have that.
Nobody wants that one right now. Hopefully they have a bad day. I can see a couple of Colts fans from where we're kind of set up, and I can also see Alessandra Pombrion and Justin Barney, who are surrounded by fans now as everybody kind of tries to stay dry. Alessandra, Justin, I can see you did the smart thing and stayed dry, just like everybody else that's over there.
Yeah, listen, we have thousands of dollars of equipment. We're not going to go outside in the pouring rain right now. So we're gonna pivot, and we're going to be underneath the awning here at Miller Electric Avenue. But you can see a lot of people are trying to get out of the rain. Leroy, come over here. Look at all the people that are inside the fan shop as they are trying to grab the last-second Prowler jerseys for the 30th anniversary game. Leroy's just taking you inside, showing you everything. There you go.
It's a great day. It's throwback time. Hey, Trevor Lawrence's birthday. I know the rain has tempered things a little bit, but people are still out here. They're jacked. They're having fun, and I love the throwback jerseys. It's a great day.
Okay, Leroy, so let's talk to some Jaguars fans. We're going to put them on the spot. Hey, I love this outfit, by the way. Jana Angel's going to love it. We're live on News4JAX right now, so I don't want to put you on the spot, but how are you feeling? I know it's rainy, but this outfit is, so iconic.
I'm here to carry the flag today.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
So you think the Jaguars are finally going to win?
Oh, yes. Definitely.
There you go. I'm going to talk to Jana after, but she's probably going to rate your outfit 10 out of 10. You look so chic. You know what? Even if the Jaguars don't win, you still look good. There you go. Hey, well, Justin, hopefully we can get out there and see some more tailgating if this rain dies down.
It's nasty out here, but still they're fans. We caught up with fans a little bit ago, and they were grilling under the tent and excited, had the TV set up in the back of the truck, and I think everybody is wanting the same thing today, good weather and a Jaguars win.
And I bet Joanne and Jeff are starting to eat, so we should head back over there.
I'm ready.
There you go, Jana, Jamal.
Everybody is ready. Fingers crossed the rain will stop and the Jaguars can get a win. Can we double dip on that?
I think we absolutely can. And Alessandra, you're totally right. Her outfit is a 10 out of 10. We've been seeing a couple photos come in through Snapchats. I want to continue to see those. Listen, you know I'm always rocking the River City runway, and this weekend we're sharing it with the Jags. I would always bet on our fans to show up and show out.
That's right. Got to show up, show out. You got to teal out. I mean, it's a home game. Throwback uniforms. We want to see the throwbacks. We want to see all of them. Tag us on Instagram. Do it on Snapjacks. We want to see all of it as you have all of those Tealgate vibes.
Exactly. Tailgate vibes. Okay, now I said I'm betting on our fans to have some great fashion moments, but sports betting has become something that is a new and huge and legal part of football now. So what is that changing for us?
Look, it is making a whole lot of people watch the games, maybe just a little bit different as you learn about things like overs and unders and spreads, something that wasn't here in Florida that now a lot of people care about, maybe a little bit of a different way to watch the game, but still another way to be connected to what's going on out on the field. The Jaguars are favored by 3.5 points, so don't worry about the minus, but that's the spread on the game. It can be a little confusing for folks the first time they see it, but the Jaguars are the favorites in this game. 3.5 points over the Indianapolis Colts, which is good news because the Jaguars like to be favorites. Now, the over-under for total points for the game is 46.5. So if you're going to take the over, that means you think that between the two of them, they're going to score more than 40, they're going to score 47 or more points, right?
I mean, which is a pretty positive outlook. You know, we had to talk about over-unders. Jamal had to break that down for me because I said it's all over my budget, so I'm not participating. But I love the fans, the fact that fans have a chance to do this safely, and I love to see when we have this high of a favor.
Look, it is something, it means Vegas likes your odds, which the odds are always in Vegas's favor.
Right.
So it's good when the Jaguars are on Vegas's side, but it's also good that fans can have another way to kind of engage in things. It's something that's come here to the state of Florida. Handle it responsibly, but Hard Rock Betting app is a way that you can maybe engage or be involved in the game a little bit differently than something you could have done before.
Yeah, something a little different. Dad, I know you're watching. I know we usually bet one cappuccino because when we started betting in college, that's all I could afford. I'm still right there, Dad, but I've got you. And I know our boys are taking it home today. Get ready to buy my coffee.
There you go. Hey, put a coffee on the line. That's always good. People love to put something random on the line. Sometimes the Jaguars players will make the other guy wear a shirt. Yes. Evan Ingram had to wear a Kentucky shirt in the locker room this week because his Ole Miss team kind of lost to Kentucky, something that he wasn't too happy about. But Josh Hines Allen, a big Kentucky fan. So they don't use the word betting, but they do have some friendly agreements.
Friendly agreements. I like that. A gentleman's agreement.
A gentleman's agreement. So Evan Ingram was definitely not too happy about having to wear that. It doesn't look like we're going to see Evan Ingram out on the field today. Pulled his hamstring the last time the Jaguars were here at the bank. We'll see. He'll be a game-time decision, probably a tough one there. But I know a lot of people, fantasy football folks, at least like me, if you have a couple of teams going, you're trying to keep track of your guys. Evan Ingram's one of them. Some folks are trying to keep track of, and probably not going to be in your lineup today.
Yeah, I know that's a struggle. I know there was a little bit of a scramble with my co-host Rance. He had to move a couple of guys around. Listen, I have really enjoyed, not that I want him off the field, I've loved seeing him home with his wife Emily. One thing they did for fun this weekend, while they were rating out a rain day, was rating her outfits. He gave her all 10 out of 10s.
Smart man.
Alessandra and I were deciding, we were like, we want an Ingram in the future or we don't want it. Is what we're doing. This is River City. I mean, it was like we're talking News4JAX Plus. We're talking all things off the record, and I'm just saying, if you need something to do during the break, go check them out. They're my favorite couple. They are my Pookie and Jet of the Jags. Break that down for Duvall during the break.
You love to hear that. The Jaguars have these great players that everybody can love for different reasons. We'll keep talking about it as we're counting down to kickoff. We're getting closer and closer to the end of the hour, which means we're going to take our coverage over to News4JAX on television. We'll stay here online as well for the next hour, but we're counting down to kickoff. Hang out with us here on the tailgate. That's straight ahead right after this quick break. Welcome back here to the News4JAX Tealgate. We are trying to keep the vibes up even though the rain is coming down. Fans are trying to hide. I see people kind of popping up with some ponchos. I see one guy over there with a throwback Jaguars poncho. I want to know how long he's been holding on to that one.
Right? I know. He's like, I've been waiting, and today is my moment. I am ready.
This is the moment he's been waiting for. Pulled it out. It's perfect. It's right with the theme. The Prowler logo's on the back. He was ready for this to see Tom Coughlin. I wonder if he's had it since back then when the Jaguars had Tom Coughlin on the sideline. He might have. He might have. Might have been holding on to it.
And I love the fact that you got to talk to him. You know, I wanted to ask you earlier, what was that conversation like? I got to watch them all like have this conversation here in real time with all of you, but getting to sit down with him when he is taking that step into the pride of the Jaguars, putting on that teal jacket, and you got to sit across from him. Like, what was that interview like for you?
I mean, it was fantastic. Look, I've gotten a chance to talk to Coach Coughlin at some of the J-Fund events before, but this is the first time that we really talked and dived into his coaching career and what it meant to him and what the players meant to him. So, I mean, it was just a fantastic kind of moment to really be able to get a chance to go into what it was like to start a franchise. Here's some of the story. The best story that I got from Coach Coughlin, I asked him, I said, all right, you get the phone call. What did you know about Jacksonville? How did you get the job? And he goes, well, the first time I got the phone call, I thought it was a Jaguars car dealership calling up to ask about my players.
And you're like, we'll take 10.
I'm like, okay, all right. And he also said that the first time they called him, they said there were 5 candidates for the job. He said, 5? I'm not interested. Only to wait for them to call back and say, well, what if there's 2? He said, 2 candidates, you say? Now you've got my attention. This is a true story. We're going to actually run this in a little bit, that story from Coach Coughlin here in a little bit. But it is a fantastic story, a story that I've never heard before, and I feel like I've heard a lot of Jaguars history over time. So that was a really cool one. Just an opportunity to kind of pick his brain and see all of the things that were important to him and go back. And I mean, starting a franchise in the NFL is tough. I mean, there was a trailer not far from where we are now where Coach Coughlin started working once he took the job. He said when he first got here to Jacksonville, there was one desk. And the secretary was in there and said, well, you can sit at that desk when the owner, Wayne Weaver, isn't here. So what do you do when Wayne Weaver, the owner, is there?
I know. Are you just sitting in the corner? Like, I was going to say with your laptop, but then we didn't have a laptop.
There weren't laptops
dragged
then.
a desk. I don't know. What did you have? Your notepad? I guess. What did you take with you? Get that legal pad.
you got to be
Bring
in
my
shop.
facts over here.
Just let me know. I'll just be over here, or I'll go sit outside. So
the budget's changed. I mean, you got a whole new stadium. We came a long way from one desk. We were a one-desk franchise. Look at us now.
And that's it. It all started from one desk. And look at it now. The bank going to be rocking today, even with fans. Might have to be a little wet in this one, but that's all right. Alessandra and Justin are going to come back in. They've been trying to track down some fans who are trying to weather the rain and wait this thing out. Let's see. I can't see them now, but I know they're probably somewhere surrounded by fans. Oh, look, she's got the raincoat on. She's found somebody with a tent. Alessandra's set up pretty good.
Yeah, this is smart. Alessandra, you're doing great. You found someone with a tent. You got snacks out there. How you doing out there?
Justin, nice to meet you.
You know, we're hanging on. Yeah, we found these guys. I saw that their tent was up, and I said, we're going straight to them. Okay, first, let's do a roll call. What is your name?
Antonio.
Antonio, nice to meet you.
Daryl.
Daryl, nice to meet you.
Alexander.
Alexander, my name's Alessandra. Close enough, right? There you go. Yeah. Okay, tell us what's going on here, guys. I see we're still setting up, right, Antonio?
Yes. Early stages. Rain kind of slowed us down a little bit, but we'll get to it.
There you go. But I see you guys are doing these, I'm Italian. My mom's watching right now. She's going to like this. Italian sausages. What's on the menu today?
Well, we got sausage, hot dogs, fish.
That sounds good.
Sandwiches and alcohol.
Now, is this y'all's normal tailgate spot?
Yes.
How long you been coming here?
This is the first time on this lot. We usually be over on the fairground.
The rain scaring you off today, or are you still out here?
We still here. We're still here. Wait.
There we go.
That's the loyal fans. The loyal fans endure the weather.
There you go. Okay, so are we going inside? Because I see the big TV. I don't know if you guys, Leroy, can you see the TV? And the big speaker. So are we going inside of the game or watching out here?
No, everything out here. This is where the party at. Right here.
You hear? This is where the party is at, Jamal and Jana. Okay, you guys better come over here at 12.
That's right.
Okay, do we think the Jaguars are finally going to get a win?
Unfortunately not. Yeah.
But Tom Coughlin's getting inducted into the pride of the Jaguars.
Okay, that may give him a little bit of oomph. Maybe. We'll see.
That breaks my heart. What do you think the final score will be?
I'm going to say 21-7. Indianapolis.
Oh my
I'm a diehard, but I'm a realist too. So, hey.
That's heartbreaking. Oh my goodness. So then,
$75 million is not paying off yet.
not yet, but hopefully today it will. Hopefully.
We got hope.
There you go. Guys, well, listen, we're having some fun over here, but we're going to toss it back to you guys.
You got to go find somewhere else to be.
Man, I know.
You got to go.
I'm like, hold on, that one guy. I'm like, I don't know if he's invited to the cookout. Wait, get out of here. I'm like,
they're over there saying that the Jaguars.
Kick him out of the tent.
You got to run away. I need her to go find another tent.
I know.
Look, I get it though. I understand. It's been a tough start to the season. It's been a tough way all around. But you know what? It's Sunday. This is a new Sunday, a new chance for the team to go and do something and get that first win of the year. Tom Coughlin going into the pride of the Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence's birthday. Come on now. What better birthday present for Trevor than to get a win?
I know. So they were talking about this. You guys had to chat with him in the press conference, and I always wonder how you guys feel going into those, because it's kind of like I equate it to having to watch game film after you lose. Like, everybody knows what you're going in to talk about, and y'all sit down and you're like, all right, well, who wants to start?
Who's going to
be
that
one?
one?
You got Trevor and Doug looking at you, and everyone's like, well, Trevor, wouldn't this be a great birthday gift? And he's like, yes, it would. Thank you for that brilliant observation.
Hey, look. He needs to go tell the teammates in the locker room.
Hey, let's go.
Look, you know what today is. And you know what? I don't need y'all to go spend no money. I just need a W.
Right.
I just need
One
a W. But the good news is Trevor Lawrence has played really well against the Indianapolis Colts. Take a look at Trevor's stats against the Colts. He has been fantastic, lights out. He has never lost at home, at the bank, against Indianapolis, and that is because he's just played so well against them. Trevor has been lights out, and he's 3-0 here at the bank against Indianapolis. Looking to go 4-0 today if he can pull off another big win. We'd love to see Trevor Lawrence get that W. Let's see if we can pull those stats up real quick in this next still that we have coming your way, so we can show you just how good Trevor Lawrence has been against the Colts here at the bank. Now, the rain might change that a little bit because, maybe in the rain you tend to run the ball.
Right.
But,
well, I mean, like you said, you're dealing with a couple of different elements, but at the same time, we've talked about like that energy that's translating. I think we're ready. Oh, here we go. We got that still up here.
There we go.
Just looking at how well he's done. I mean, even looking at the game last weekend, I know there were some mixed emotions about how he played, but I think it was just finding a way to execute everything that's been happening in practice and bringing that to the field. And I think they've got the opportunity. Everyone's like, all right, we dropped it on Wednesday. We're moving into a new weekend, and I think we're going to see record similar to this.
Hey, look, 639 yards, 6 touchdowns, over 100 QB rating, 3-0. Look, this is what you want to see. You just want to change that record at the bottom to 4-0. Then it's a good day. Then it's a happy birthday. Maybe we can edit that real quick. But this is going to be a tough game, and they need Trevor Lawrence to show up. He got the big contract during the offseason. They called it Trevor Bank for the first home game of the year. We took that down pretty quick. But you know what? Hey, look, it's still the bank at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And maybe Trevor can put his name back up after he has a good day today.
Exactly. When he has a good day today, come on, you got to show out on your birthday. Now, since we're talking about Trevor, I want to talk about the QB lineup for today, because obviously the Colts, they've been having their own set of challenges. How do you think that tees us up when it comes to that face-off?
Yeah, look, it's an interesting situation where Anthony Richardson probably not going to play today. And Anthony Richardson is the young quarterback. They're growing guy. It's a guy that a lot of people here in Florida know a thing or two about. He's the Florida Gators quarterback, not far from here in the state of Florida. So a lot of people have seen him. He trains here in Jacksonville. So while I know there's a lot of people in the area here on the First Coast that would love to see Anthony Richardson do nothing but take the NFL by storm. Just not today. And
some other time.
Any other week, except for 2 weeks
some
a year.
Other time.
But he's hurt. So the Colts might have to turn the keys to their offense over to Joe Flacco, which is what most likely is going to happen. Now, the problem is Joe Flacco's that kind of consistent, wily veteran that tore the Jaguars up last year when they played the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, and when you look at something like that, we talk about, usually we have this conversation during draft season. It's like, okay, when you have new people coming in and you're getting to see them play alongside veterans, there is so much to be said for what you said, consistency.
Yes.
We've all had that, that moment in our careers as former athletes when the new kids come in, they're not having to tape their knees together. They're not walking out looking like the Michelin Man covered in ice bags.
Right.
They're a little bit fresher, but what you have is that seasoning. And even Frank Frangie has talked about the different veteran phases that you go through, like Trevor for a quarterback, aging really in your prime like a fine wine in your mid to late 20s.
Right, and that's where it comes into play, where people keep saying Trevor's still a young quarterback. This is just year 4, which maybe doesn't sound like a player that he's been around for a little bit, right. But Trevor is still in his mid-20s. He hasn't got to those late 20s where people start saying their quarterbacks are hitting their prime. He hasn't quite got there, so there are still some growing pains along the way. We saw some of them last week against the Houston Texans. Hopefully we'll see less this week against the Indianapolis Colts. Look, fingers crossed, but if the rain keeps coming down, we'll see what happens, but it's going to be an interesting one.
I know. The fans are doing a great job. They're braving the rain. People are still pouring in here. We are right here beside the Miller Electric Center Pro Shop. Fans are shopping. They're taking selfies. They're having a great time. If you want to come, play some flip cup with us, play some cornhole. We've got Jags trivia here. So rain or shine, we'll be here. I will say it starts lightning. This metal tent's coming down. I'm not going to be the tallest thing standing out here in the parking lot.
No, absolutely not. But as long as it's like this, we're here. We're ready to hang out with some fans. We're going to try and keep the vibes up as we count down to kickoff here on our News4JAX Tealgate. We'll see if we can kind of make this work. You can kind of see the rain coming down on the bank. It is not looking pretty right now at the bank, but Jaguars fans are still here. They're ready to see Tom Coughlin go into the Pride. We're going to take our News4JAX Tealgate coverage over to TV, and we'll stay here online. Hang out with us. We'll see you right back after this quick break.